Cheers and welcome back to Cooking with MoWino. Today is Sunday and I like to cook slow and low and a lot of things on Sunday afternoons leading into the work week. My plan was to make a beautiful veal and peppers on top of the stove and let it simmer and nurture it all day long. However, it's boiling hot summer day, so we want to keep the house cool, so we are going to use our handy dandy slow cooker and everything will be simmering, but the kitchen will not be hot. So today, cheers officially. I am drinking and cooking with one of my favorites, the Velvet Devil, because I like saying the devil's in the sauce. Charles Smith, Walla Walla, Washington, which I know now is a big conglomerate constellation buyout, but still I still think it's Charles Smith. So here we go with cheers. Now you've seen the ingredient board and the prep, and we are making veal and peppers. Now, as a kid, we were flying back from Europe and we had to change planes in Newark. We had missed our flight. Things were like chaotic, and we had had like one of those terrible traveling days. And I remember we went to a like real restaurant in the middle of the airport, like fine dining, tablecloths and everything, and that was the first time I'd ever sit down in an airport and had a fine meal. We just needed it emotionally, and I remember I had veal and peppers for the very first time, and I had remembered that meal since I was 10, and so I love making veal and peppers because it gives me a nostalgia memory of my dad and coming back from Ireland, and just having a family dinner in the middle of a chaotic airport. So we've prepped everything, and what I'm going to do first is put my tomato paste into my slow cooker. Because like I said, I was going to make this sauce on top of the stove. So we're making a semi sauce from scratch in the slow cooker. So here's my handy dandy wine measuring glass. And this is just something that I've always learned to do. When I dilute tomato paste, I never dilute it with water. I dilute it with wine. I dilute it with broth. So that's a cup of our devil's in the sauce. Beautiful wine. And so I'm just now whisking into the tomato paste so that we can get the basis of our broth, or I should say basis for our sauce for our veal and peppers. So once this gets all incorporated nicely, we will start adding the layers of everything. Okay, that looks great. Rich and robust. Okay, so I am using 2 cans of finely chopped tomatoes. This is a very good quality tomato. It's almost like a tomato sauce, truthfully. Using 2 of those. Again, incorporating our tomato paste and our wine. Alright. And one of the things that will help thicken the sauce, as you saw earlier in the video, I took all of the mushroom stems and I ground it in with the garlic. So I'm going to add that in as not only a seasoning, but a little bit of a thickener to the sauce. I have a white onion, thinly sliced, and 1 whole green pepper. Again, just sort of incorporating everything in beautifully. Done with this. And now I have a pound of veal, boneless veal breasts that have been cut into almost 1-inch cubes. They're dried, washed and dried, and salt and peppered. Now I'm just going to slide this all in. Okay, just going to put the lid on, let it simmer on low for about 3 hours, and then I'm going to add my mushrooms. I'm going to wash them, dry them, and add them. And we're going to have a lovely veal and peppers memory flashback dinner from LaGuardia Airport from way back when. Cheers.